Gentlemen, you're welcome to another episode of Hot Issues on the Hot Seat on HUTV right here. And my name is Elisha. And today I'm bringing you a very interesting topic. And joining me in the studio is Mr. Gausu Zamani. He's going to help me talk into the election, the petition after the ruling, and then the repetitioning and all that. So, Mr. Zamani, you are welcome to
Thank
the
you.
hot seat.
Thank you so much.
But I hope the seat is not too hot for you.
Oh, the AC has cooled, so
That is very interesting. You are welcome again. You're
thank you.
welcome again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
How
much.
have you been for this long back? It's been a while we sit here.
Yes, it's been very, very long time before there's something like this, vacation and back and forth, just as you said, going up and down with court issues, trying to settle matters outside and then lobbying and all those things. So it's been quite a long vacation
Up
with
and down.
issues up here and there. Yeah. But all in all, we give thanks to God.
Let me not go outside the box. I want us to have this discussion very brief and then we move on. Uh, let's move straight forward on the day of election. What are some of the observations you made? I know you are a bona fide member of the Green Effect team, and then you that day cry, you didn't see me cry. I was see you. You could run and pass your honorable. Honorable is busy. So on that day, what are some of the things you witnessed and all that?
Thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to say I'll give a big greetings to all our viewers that are watching us and then the student population of ATU. All this we are doing is to make sure that our school is in a better place. So when it comes to my observation on the day of election, a lot of things happen. But honestly, um, day in, day out, it looks like we are repeating the same thing. I've experienced three elections on campus here, and it looks like nothing has changed. It is actually every time same thing repeating itself.
Same thing repeating in the good, in a positive or in the negative way.
Honestly, I wouldn't say in a positive way, but a bit of the negative. You get me? With regards to how the election is being run on campus here, as a matter of fact, we really need to do more because instances where after election you find students getting hurt, you find aspirants not being pleased with outcome of
The
election
election.
results, then it means that something hasn't gone right. You get me? So all these issues are being faced. So I think for the past 3 years the past three elections that I've experienced, all in all, after election, you get some aspirant that will come to you and be like, I was cheated. The numbers are unrealistic. You get me? So I feel like we are not learning from our mistakes, or we are not learning from the things that are going left. We keep on repeating same thing, and that is developing certain things that you and I know that are not helping us.
That brings me to this. Some people are saying that we should have a body that will be in charge of the election, and it shouldn't just be every year they should appoint people to do the election because it looks like what you are saying, it looks like every year they bring in people, new people, you get it. So new people, they have no experience, and some don't even want to go back and learn or maybe ask what their predecessors have done right and what they have done wrong. So someone was telling me that why not we have a body that every year they will be in charge of what the election.
So, with what you are saying, I don't totally agree with you. You
Mm.
get me? Because at the end of the day, it's the body that is running the election. If you are saying we should have a body that is going to run the election, probably we are moving out of the student terrain and then we are getting into probably administrators or administration trying to organize the whole thing with committee from summed up with lecturers running the whole election, which
N-
is not supposed to
not
be like that.
not the whole body being from
Mm.
like what you are saying. Let me put it this way. Maybe somebody who would chair the election should be a lecturer or maybe somebody from the administration. Then they can appoint students in that domain to help coordinate the election and everything. But then there should be somebody who will spearhead all the issues of the election.
You see, what you are saying is already in existence. It is something that is there already.
And that should be
So
the dean, right?
no, not the dean in particular. The dean is actually there to, serve as a counselor to them. The students can go and then seek for guidance and counseling. But aside that, there is even an alumni representation on the SRC, how do you call it,
So
on the EC committee.
why do we keep repeating
Good.
the same
So,
mistakes?
observation. What I've noticed is that the criteria in which we use to select the committee or the board that runs our election is what that we need to intensify. We really, really need to intensify our criteria, because it shouldn't be a matter of appointing a student and after the appointment it remains like that. The person go into whatever he or she is doing with no knowledge. He just comes, a couple of students called GA members ask him some questions. When they are satisfied with it, they vote for him and then they tell this person to go and play with the life of the students. You get me? So personally, I feel what needs to be done is that after the appointment, there should be an intensified training of what the person needs to do and what is at stake. And aside that, I think the electoral commissioner or whoever will be appointed or the committee should be made to sign, how do you call it, a bond or an agreement that is going to bind them to do the right thing.
Okay.
You get me?
That is your take on
Yes, that is my take. You see, one way or the other, we are trying to teach the students what is happening in the real world. So if we take this privilege from the students and give it to administrators, we are not doing the students good. But you rather need to intensify things there so that we can get things right.
Away from that, let's go ahead and then let's look at, you've mentioned discrepancies that you particularly was not pleased with. Yeah. And the same way some of the aspirants were not pleased with the outcome of the election. And then a lot of people have many people are alleging that the election wasn't free and fair. From your observation and then being on the grounds that day, even though I know your team has won the election, but then if you want to be sincere, was everything fair on that day? Was the election free and fair on that day?
You are really putting me on the spot. This spot you are putting me.
That is why you are on the hot seat. I know it will be difficult to answer, but then I know you to be someone who is very honest. So I want you to be honest with me. In as much as you have won the election, was the election free and fair?
You see, everything that happens in the election, we tend not to blame the aspirants or the candidates that go in for the election, but we rather put all the blame on the electoral commissioner, either good or right. When it goes good, we give the electoral commissioner praises, and when it goes bad, we are going to bash the electoral commissioner because any loophole that is going to be seen as an opportunity for anyone to do something, it is you, the electoral commissioner, that have created it. You get me? So whatever didn't go right, I think the best person we should be bashing here right now, it shouldn't be the aspirants that were on the papers that we're voting for, but rather the electoral commissioner who gave in the loopholes.
Are you trying to dodge my question?
I'm not dodging the question. I'm not dodging the question.
Because I asked whether election was free and fair. The way you are now bringing who we should bash and who we should bash.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Because the electoral commissioner has been given a mandate.
Okay.
And then the aspirants in there are in to win the election.
Anyhow.
Not anyhow. Are in to win the election.
Whatever means the person will take
the person is ready to take it. But you, the electoral commissioner, your mandate is to make sure that the election is free and fair.
So did they do their job well?
The electoral commissioner didn't do their job.
So it means the election was not free and fair. Honorable.
See,
no, honestly, it means the election was not free and fair.
Honestly, this particular ended election was one of the worst
elections,
worst election that has been organized in this school. An election that has seen the how do you call it, the removal of an easy chair from office and then bringing of another one. My brother, this alone should tell. See, if I tell you something happened, something serious happened on that election day.
Mm.
The electoral commissioner who was there before he was taken out for another person to come told us that he printed 8,000 ballot papers. On the day of re-election, when election was reorganized again, a day was stated for us to hold the election again.
Yes.
We went there to count the ballot papers. 200 was missing from all of them.
And up
This
to
is
date,
not
we
this
didn't
is not
find.
an allegation. Up to date,
It's not found.
up to date, the papers are not found.
And I saw some images of, let me say, some of the ballots that were voted outside, and they took shot of them. Some even said they were printed, photocopied. Let me put it that way. Some even said those papers were photocopied and people voted elsewhere, bringing them to the school. Well, how true is that?
You know,
Do you know?
all those things are alleged.
They are alleged.
All those
Yes,
things are alleged.
that is what I'm seeing.
You see, going for an election, everyone has their strategy. And we cannot say it for a fact that because we've seen a picture circulating on social media, meaning indeed that is what happened. We cannot assent to that.
But the 200 ballots that were missing,
200 ballot papers up to
found.
date have not been found. It's just that the aspirants have decided to be silent on it.
And so that is why we are here. I mean, one has taken it to court, and I believe he came out with some of these issues. Came out with issues of people being on a queue and are not allowed to vote. He came out with some. I interviewed him here.
Okay.
And he mentioned how some people were being slapped because they were not allowed to vote and all that.
Okay.
And upon all that, the court ruled in favor of the SRC.
So, you see, with court matters, we go to court to speak, how do you call it, about law. We speak intensified law. We talk about what the Constitution provides, what is stated in the Constitution. You understand? So you go to court with evidence. You understand? If court is satisfied with your evidence, certainly the matter will be ruled in your favor. So with my brother's issue, after the ruling of the courts, I made my own investigations as to how the outcome of the judgment's ruling. So the judge's ruling. So the ruling of the judge, or the how do you call it? The plaintiff, that is the lawyer of the SRC, said there are procedures within the institution that need to be followed, and all those procedures were exhausted, and the how do you call it? The one that is making the suit is now demanding for a chamber to be set to listen to the case. Meanwhile, the chamber has been set already, and the chamber has given its ruling. So when you come to the SRC Judicial Board, we have the ordinary chamber as the first step when it comes to students' issues that take care of it. After the ordinary chamber, we have the appellate chamber. So these two chambers, when you exhaust them, you then need to take it to academic board. So as I'm talking to you now, ordinary chamber has given their ruling, and then the appellate chamber too was set, and the ruling was given, and all of them was not in favor of whoever the brother that made the suit at the court. So these were some of the how do you call it, issues that led up to the court's determination that the guy's issues doesn't hold water, and for that matter it should be thrown away. And I learned my brother was even fined 10,000 Ghana cedis, of which I feel the court should have at least tempered justice with mercy. He's a brother.
Let's away from the court. I don't want us to go there.
Yes, court.
Away from the court. Let's look at after the injunction was in place. You see, according to our constitution, now it has been changed. I have not read through the new constitution, but the one we use in voting just last year, last academic year, 2 weeks after the election, they should be handing over.
Yes.
And it took over 2 months or even more before they were able to do the handing over. Does this have any effect on the green effect team?
Yes, it had a very huge effect mentally, physically, psychologically.
How did
It
you
had.
people take the whole brouhaha?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we did our best trying to fight
Mm.
and then make sure, personally, I am very much obedient when it comes to constitutional matters. I like to follow what is being documented
That's why you're a politician.
because I don't want to find
That's why you're a
I don't
politician.
I don't want to find myself wanting at the end of the day.
Mm.
So constitution states clearly after election, 2 weeks after, handing over needs to be done. And you see, we had the former SRC president is very stubborn. Mr. Dawson is very, very stubborn. Dawson is very stubborn. See, I tell him every day. Very, very stubborn.
Ah,
See,
but it's quiet though. It's quiet, but
if you know him, you know him.
inside him, on Faboga, yes, one.
If you know him, you know him.
He
Me,
does
me,
what he wants to do.
yes, me, I know him. Me, I know Dawson very well. You see, the delayance of the handing over
Mm.
had played a very huge role in getting us to where we are today, as to why the students did not have representation at the management level for a very long time.
Mm.
If we had followed what the constitution said, my brother, we wouldn't be where we are today, as going to court back to and through. Because it took our brother 1 month and over before injuncting the, how do you call it, the handing over
The handing
ceremony.
over, yes.
There were some issues that were popped up that because of that, and then because of that, the president didn't want to hand over. With regards to Jinut CC and leading the, how do you call it, the team to CC to
So aside, let me understand you. You are bringing an interesting topic here.
yeah.
Aside the court injunction, or
Mm.
let me say the brouhaha of the election and everything,
Mm.
intentionally, the president, the past president, let me say our former president, didn't want. He was not ready to hand over.
It looks like that.
It looks like
Because it
that.
looks like that. How would someone be as unconstitutional like that? You see, as the president, we know you to be like, you should hold high
Mm.
whatever the constitution say. So if you try to deter from what the constitution is saying and then you do what you want, we have every right to at least question you or bash you.
So
You
when
understand?
you people realize that,
Mm.
what are some of how did you people take it?
We have procedures that we work with in this particular school. When such matter was, when we got to that stage, the whole handing over was delayed and all that. As a team, we didn't want to at least create some feud or confusion around all those things. We wanted to decide to lobbying and then tabletop sitting, trying to get understanding from both sides, so that at the end of the day we can peacefully hand over and all that. But at the time in which all heads were cooled down, that we had wanted
Do the
to
handing
proceed
over.
with the handing over, and then
Then
our
your
brother
brother
came
went.
in with the suit. You get me? And interestingly, the suit wasn't on the current SRC. He sued the electoral commissioner
And the
and then the
president.
SRC president. You understand me? Preventing the SRC president to
To
hand
hand
over power, and then the how do you call the electoral commissioner coming to do what? Answer some question.
Are we from looking at all that? How does it affect the current administration of the FSAC?
So now you could clearly see that school has been in section for over 2 months, and handing over just happened last week. One, student doesn't have representation at management level. Students have problems, but they don't know who to channel to. The mouthpiece of the students have been blocked. You get me? And then these student leadership that has been elected don't know what they are up to now, because they have a mandate to play, but power hasn't been handed over to them. Students are going to them in, how do you call it, directly, indirectly, but they cannot take action.
So do you see this affecting the plans you people have for the
Oh yes, it has
handing over?
affected us so much.
That's affected.
Yes, because we had a whole semester planned.
Mm.
There's a whole semester plan, and now the semester has been delayed. One, you need to set up the whole administration, and setting up the whole,
Appointing
yes,
representatives
appointing
and all
representation
that
and all that. All those things need to be done.
before work starts.
You get me? as at now, it's been 2 months and handing over just happened. And this is the time we need to do all this. And by this time, the students should be enjoying from, how do you call it, all those arrangements that was made prior. You get me? Because school has opened like this, there should be some sort of entertainment. There should be some sort of how do you call it, projects going on. There should be some life touching how do you call it, programs that are coming in to help the students. You get me? The semester has started. Some students are baffling with getting money to pay their fees and all that. SRC should at least do what should have
Step
been
in to,
set up,
yes,
at
to do
least to
something.
set in to help some of these students. All these things have been delayed, all in the name of a court suit. You get me? So basically it has affected, at the end of the day, it is not the executive that will suffer from this much. It is the students that are going to suffer. My brother, see, today, when you go to our washrooms, water is not flowing.
Water is not flowing. Why somebody say?
Water is not flowing in our washrooms. But who are you going to report it to?
I mean, now we
Providing.
have the president.
Oh, now we have it.
Now we have.
But before, who were you going to speak to? Dawson is done with school. He's not even staying on campus anymore. The other executives are doing their national service. The others too are scattered. Who are you going to speak to?
So
Will you walk to
those were
VC's
some of
office
the
today?
challenges posed to
Yes,
the students.
students were facing.
Mm, fair enough. But then, interestingly, after the court has ruled, our brother appealed again. Does this appeal affect the running of the SRC as we speak?
Oh, as at now, um,
Have you had any notice from the court?
oh yes, yes. The how do you call it? The SRC has been served. The SRC has been
That's the
served.
current administration.
Yes, the current administration. The suit is not on the current administration. The suit is on previous administration. But so luckily, the handing over was made so they can proceed with works now. But since the case has been taken to the Court of Appeal, it will be how do you call it, follow up to that extent. But since the court is yet to sit on the matter and then let us know what it really entails. Let's wait and then see what the court have. But as at now, the SRC is working. It
SRC
doesn't
is
have
working.
yes, it doesn't
Obi
have any
Abedi.
effect. Obamu didi peche. Almost 30 didi peche.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, almost 30
And
didi
I'm here,
peche.
my mouth is dried like
Oh,
this.
don't worry. We the budget. The budget need to talk. Don't worry.
I hope it wouldn't be the president we never got.
No. This time
Are
around,
you, are you
it
sure?
will be the peche president.
Are you sure?
Don't worry.
Let just run me through for this semester. What are some of the things you are kicking up with?
I don't want to. How do you call it? There's this word that I want to say, quench your test or wet your something.
I want to quench my thirst.
Good, something like that. I would want the president to do that. You get me? I'm just a team member. I'm just
the
a
boss
team member.
is difficult to get. Oh.
I'm just a team member.
Even
You get me?
before the election, I try getting you on the show.
Don't worry,
I tell you.
don't worry. We'll try as much as we can. At this time,
Are you
we will
sure?
all join forces and then
Or
get
maybe
it.
I should bring the PRO.
Don't worry, we'll join forces and get him.
The president is difficult to get to.
Don't worry,
Are
we'll
you
get
sure?
him. I'll get him for you.
So is it coming next week or when? Let's put that up.
Let's talk about that. You cannot put me on spot here.
Okay.
We have to look at the schedules of the president and see when we can push him here.
Sure.
Getting the president
Sure.
here is not a difficult thing.
So after the handing over, what are some of the changes on grounds you have seen? Let me see. Do you see, or let me see the expressions of the student body? What are some of the
Well,
things
now
you have
you could clearly see that the students are so much relieved and the students are so much happy.
seen? Me, I'm not relieved.
Oh, you are just doing this thing, and you are relieved. You are relieved. I know that for sure. I know that for sure. The students are very relieved and so much happy because now they know who to channel their problems to, and they know who to go to when something is wrong. And for some past days and some past months, it was how do you call it, full of sorrow, and then full of how do you call it, who
Who
not
to go to,
knowing who to speak to and who not knowing who to talk to. And as students, our problems keeps rising each and every day. There was one problem that was baffling all of us somewhere last month or some beginning of this month. Results were released, and then students who have
Yes,
fully paid
yes.
their fees were not getting access to their results. All these were problems that the students were facing. Some of us, they come to us and they come
Students
to
who have fully paid their fees.
paid their
No,
fees.
rather who paid for that semester.
Good. That is
Yes, the previous
the
semester.
previous semester
Yes,
fully paid,
yes.
that they need to get access to the results
It's because of
students.
you people the administration also want to get your money for you. So they decide
Oh, no,
that
no, 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 no,
you
no,
have
no,
to
no,
pay
no,
your
no, 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 no,
fees
no, no, no. Don't
before you
speak for
can access your
administration. No, don't
results.
speak for. We are here for the students, please. We are not to answer questions for
I'm
administration.
not answering for them,
No,
oh, but from my observation, that's what I'm
no,
thinking.
that shouldn't be it.
That shouldn't be it.
That
We
shouldn't
all
be
know
it.
that shouldn't be it, but
It
we need
shouldn't.
money for you.
No, it shouldn't be always about money.
Eh.
It shouldn't be always about
But you
money.
people cannot run your
Is it
projects without money.
providing providing those students have paid their fees for the previous academic year? The exam routine is for the previous
I
academic year.
understand, I
So
understand.
we should
We
be
all
able
spoke.
to get
We
access
all
to it.
spoke about it.
We should be able to get
So now,
access to it.
in those cases, let's ask you can work things
Oh
together.
yes. Oh, I learned the president is actively working to make sure that all those
Everybody
things
have
will be
access
resolved.
to
Oh,
resources.
I spoke with the president Monday. Then he told me that work has begun, and then he's forcefully getting things done, making sure the VC is busy, making sure academic how do you call it, board is busy with the needs of students. So then let's see.
That is interesting.
Yes.
Honor, what would be your last words to the student body?
Um.
What do you have to tell the people watching you?
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Very soon, how do you call it? We'll be having a break to go to our houses
Mm.
to cast our votes. How do you call it? In regards to leadership of a country and all that. As students, let's go out there. Let's not get involved in anything that is going to how do you call it? Get us into trouble. Let's just be as citizens as the country wants us to be. Let's go there, cast your vote for whoever you want to vote for. How do you call it? Campaign for whoever you want to campaign for. At the end of the day, the peace that we all want in this country, the peace that we want in ATU, let's just go there, portray all that, and come back as students, get our degrees, and have a good life together. Thank you
That
so
is
much.
from Honorable. We are moving out. We'll be going for a break, and if you find yourself anywhere, be safe, and then come back to ATU safely. We need you here to come and badge your degree, your HND, and you enjoy. And to the Green Effect team, I say congratulations from me. And no, as always, I am here, and I'll come. I'll come. I'll come. Especially Mr. President. You've been dodging me, sir. I hope that you come on my
You get
show.
the president.
I hope
You
you
get
come on my show. So no,
you get the
your
president.
boss has assured me that he will get you for me. I hope to see
You
you
get the
here
president.
and have a very fruitful discussion. Students would like to hear from you. Speak to them. Students have answers. They need to hear from you. All this that has happened, how you are taking it. And to everyone watching me, I say I thank you and for always sticking around. And then this is all we have for you on the hot seat today. And see you same time next week. Bye bye. Sure.